Hi there. So, I have to, I had to pick up a call, and it was very good. I also see Tora here, and I feel like slate is good. It's also slate, like starting on a new slate. So things are gonna be okay. I mean, I really have nothing else to say. I mean, with regards to the change up, I just know that sometimes when you play like hot potato and you sign up for that in a league that also is like letting, jumping around with this hot potato so it doesn't burn your hands, and it's like sometimes it's kind of like a ticking time bomb. It just kind of just so I don't know. I mean, hot potato is fun. And oh my gosh, the craziest thing was yesterday evening when I decided to take a break. I saw a potato in the parking lot, like just sitting there. Like it was a dropped potato. And when people say like, "Oh, I look like a potato," I think what they're saying is that they're just like so plain and blah. But it's funny, isn't it? It's hilarious. I'm gonna put that as like the thumbnail, and I'll play it like because the first part of the reading jumped off because of the call. I'll put that on later, just because there are some things that I need to tend to. I'm called to do before posting it, just because it's just priorities. So that's so funny. Let's see here. Sheath? No, because I only have one H. Excuse me. Welsh. What's Welsh supposed to mean? I think, is Welsh a certain, like Scottish, Welsh? Something. It also sounds like a brand. I like a company, like a brand. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I see lethal. Yeah, people are saying that I'm like lethal. But following that death card from the prefix, it's more like, it leads to people's transformation, their developments. And people get so comfortable, like including myself, that I need to set the precedence, like to set the tone, set an example, and not letting it compromise others, but like set an example with my own story. So it's the coming of of age, of maturity. And I saw like snippets of the Age of Adeline in my feed, and I don't understand why. I don't know what it means, but I thought I'd just mention that, because anything that I'm called to mention, I'm supposed to. Scale, no, because I have a K here. I'm just sounding things out phonetically rather than technically. So I see wreath. Some of you are from like Seattle, Washington, or just Washington in general. And I think Seattle is kind of like a rainy atmosphere. That's where Nirvana, originated, I believe, Kurt Cobain. And although it may be gloomy, and when we were talking about environments on the front end, how we can draw certain conclusions or certain characteristics out of people. It's part of their origin story. Or current. So wreath is something like, it's knowing that we can celebrate some things too. coming in full circle, and not holding a grudge to that. Like, to have a grudge match is just like, it's kind of a time waster, honestly. So, what else do we have here? West again, or West. So again, we're looking at the elemental body of water, how it's purifying as well as a clarification. It's also invigorating. Many properties to the water element. Size. So the size of our story, and like the demons that we slay, the things that we take on are very sizable. That's what they're saying here. Sleek. Oh, and that we're very like straightforward, but with fluidity within our approach, within our character. Yeah, interesting. Like ironing out the wrinkles, but it's interesting. So I'm getting, when people tint their car, their windows, there's a sleek navigation, like knowing all the directions in order to make it clean, have a polished appeal. Interesting. I see thanks. Aw, that's so good. Okay. All of these things are hidden because of what we already pre-established, which is story and slay. Kneel. Like kneeling down. So there's a sense of humbleness, like being brought to your knees, being compelled by such forces that humble you. But it's not like, oh, know your place. It's more like, get to know your place. Get to know the ground that you stand, walk, kneel upon. Have gratitude for, like, what's there. Foundations. Definitely. Like, there are so many people that are earning, like, huge paychecks, but, like, they lose a sense of groundedness. And so I already have what's prime, which is very strong foundations. When you have a value set that, like, I know that I may come off misunderstood with how I look or how I may initially present myself, especially, I said spell. So there is some spell work here, especially with how do I say it? When you get kind of like, how do I say it? When you get the message that your presentation is acceptable in free form, and you're given examples of things that imply that you should continue to be the way you are, and then in another light you're kind of how do you say it? They kind of use that against you. It throws you in for some confusion. And so, like, it's whether your presentation, your demeanor, your linguistics, your communications, they can throw you in a bad light. But it's like, not everything is as face value. Like, when I single people out, especially if I'm given the open door, I don't convey everything in one lump sum. So my brevity in making that first step forward in the isolation is to prompt for further discussion. Like, it's not all within the direct ambience of which is delivered. Like, what it's the conversation will be delivered in whole. The questions, the dialogue will be delivered within its own dynamism, not within the prefix. So that's how I conduct myself. And so I don't think people are used to that. Sometimes those things are held against me. But, there's something to learn from every sentience. And so hopefully, no, I know I've delivered impact. And it's only a matter of time before others see that. So, if they don't already do. And Spirit says, like, I shouldn't have to worry about backtracking and itemizing my interactions. That this, like, case study on its own is very much validating in the way I just am, the way I, like, so I don't have to worry about any whispers off in the distance or, things weed itself out on its own. So, anyway, let's go ahead and finish this up, okay? It's 10:09. Elk. I'm getting elk here. But I'm also getting thistle. So those are elements, like, to you herbalists, that might be very helpful for you to work with. Elk, of course, is, spirit totem of protection. It's a protection rune in itself. But thistle is something. Let me write that down. Okay. I'm also reminding myself for juniper. And I'm writing, like, a grocery list of these things that I'm supposed to be working with. I'm also told hawthorn. H. No, because I only have one H, but I'm told that. I'm told hawthorn. I think I picked up a bloom this morning. Hawthorn, because it's like a bush, it's with some florals in it, pretty sure. I also see wellness here. Yeah. Teeth. Okay, so a lot can be shown by someone's teeth. Like, if they're grimacing, like, or if they're smiling, or, you can just tell a lot by the showing of teeth. As well as, like, insecurities, or, like, for me, I'm gonna just be straightforward here. Like, I have pretty good teeth. I have an overbite, but I never thought overbites were, or even underbites were like a minus to anybody. But I have this, like, one tooth that, like, spurts out just a little bit, and you can see it when the sunlight comes in. It just kind of, like, bucks out right there. So, sometimes I've seen myself, like, doing videos, and I notice that, and I'll just smile less. Like, and it's an insecurity, right? Because it looks a little goofy, and we want to be taken seriously, but it's just part of someone's character, like Jewel, kind of similar to her, and she's very beautiful, like her heart, her music, and when did I first start listening to her? Back in the ages of CDs. So Was that early college? I feel like that. But we have so many other letters here, that are so many other consonants. Kiln. So some of you might do pottery also, or it's basically an oven for high degree temperatures on, if you do, what is it called? Not just pottery, but dichroic glass, that kind of thing. Which I've always wanted to do. Anyway, so new teeth. Huh. Kneel is pretty strong in here. I don't know a kneel though, as of yet. Nelly. Also, I have lens, looking through a different pair of lens. Let me see here. Tithe. A tithe is a tax from back in the day, I think, where clergy would charge the community for, I think that's what it is, like a tithe, yeah. Anyway. I see Oz here, the story of Oz. That's interesting. We make friends along the way that are also seeking things, but have each other's back. You know how... Gosh. I also see Lilith here. That's so very nice. No, I'm supposed to put teeth here for... No, it made me move things over. So... Let me see here. So lens... Hi. I'm seeing wealth here also. It's hidden. I see win again through how we see things. And see things through. Like, there's transparency. We ultimately side with transparency. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. I'm a little stuck here in figuring the other words out, but that's okay. I see the ethers here as well. I see Ozark as well. Thin lens. Huh. What does it mean to have thin lens? Some of you may be from Wisconsin. Some of my team may be from Wisconsin. Because I see W-I and we and lens being thin. Interesting. Those are my winners. Yep. Keepers. All right. There's something here that I'm just not understanding, because I have 2 W's and THE left here. It's confusing for me. What does this mean? Seth? Something here that's not showing me. Who also? I think I'm supposed to channel in something from the Who. I don't know what song is coming up, but it'll show me exactly which one. Phew. Oh, yeah, it's not just who, but phew. We missed that one. Just like, that's funny, because, yeah, we were sweating something that was just not, yeah, we're sweating something that was trying to get us wet, like killing us off, and trying to kill us softly. Yeah, when, like, in slang, in urban terminology, when someone is wet, it's like they just got shot at, or, you know, that's something like that, like trying to kill someone off. So we just kind of like dodged a bullet there. Oh my gosh, something is coming. Something is coming. My team is about to deliver. And I don't know what it is, but I'm supposed to be like, no. That's insane. Yeah. Okay, so hold on. This is definitely karmic, but let me show you, okay? So there we have it with the rest right there. Very much interesting. So, thank you so much to the divine potato as well. That is crazy. And my tooth says hello. But I think that's it. So now that this reading is officially over, I thank my divine supporters and sponsors of all sorts of, you know, light and love. Thank you so very much. Your contributions are appreciated, not just by me, but my other teams. What else do you want to say? Blessings be upon you. So now that this reading is officially over, I thank you for your respect in advance for my time, my space, my energy, and that of my teams and our children's. And then some. Sending you all back in light and love with your appropriate karmas due, helping initiate that 4-set sequence, that extra like helping hand and boost, helping hand then boost, correction. It is a corrective action here, and it's all for the best, for your processes, to assist you with discernment on the road ahead, because you're due for something far greater. And the greatness of where you are right now is rather beautiful. So, after you find it and pick it up and kind of hug it energetically, you can move on. Because that's what you're there for. Appreciating every step along the way. Just as I. Everything has a process. Even the gestation and the digestion of that, of each step, yeah. All right. Sending you all back in light and love. I close all portals in light and love. Now.